doing? Let's see if we can get this thing on the road. Hold up for a second. I'm moving everything around. All right, I think we're in. All right, bet. Here we go. Sometimes it takes me a while to get this thing going, but all right, I think we are in. Let me move something over here real quick. Every day I'm always having fun with this thing, but just making sure you guys are in the mix. Here we go. Let me move this line up real quick. Move this up some. Let's see some. Okay, just remove that line. There we go. What's good? I'm just sitting here working right now, man. Like I said, this is how I usually start my lives. I wanted to at least make sure the screen was like running right, because I'm looking at it like I don't think the screen is moving. But we're in, man. I appreciate you guys for being here. Sorry I'm a little slow today, but man, I'm trying to get all these lines out of everything. There we go. Okay, that's it. What's up? Oh, keeps the pills. Okay, so you keep changing your name up all the time. There you go. That's what's up. Man, I just wanted to come on and do a Saturday live stream to see how everybody was doing out there, how everybody's making money. And y'all know me, man. I stay on my grind. I'm on it. I've been busy as hell for this past week, but I will be doing private rides starting in about 3 hours, and I will be going till the middle of the night. So I'm like, let me get out real quick and at least get on a live stream. I've been dropping a short here and there. I've been more on TikTok. I've been doing stuff on Patreon, just kind of spread my content out a little bit, because everybody knows YouTube's going through something crazy right now. So I don't want to be too caught up in the YouTube land of what's going on, you know, and I'm making sure I'm staying away from a lot of crazy content. And right now, everybody's talking about the CHUD, the builder guy right now. And I'm sitting there like, do I actually make content about this, or will YouTube end up flagging it too? Because every time you talk about anything, like when you read the guidelines, they don't want you talking about nothing, absolutely nothing. I mean, you can't talk about nothing according to the guidelines. So I'm just like, you know what? But I will tell you, the dude is probably going to get what he deserves. I will say that he's going to get what he deserves. He needs to be sitting in jail for about 50 something years. Because if your main motivation is to wake up every day, to go into the public, just for purely content purposes, to go into the public, to stoke racial tension and to do things to push people, you know, at that point, I think, you know, if something happens to you, nobody's gonna feel sorry about it. Nobody's feeling sorry. They keep making you change your password, yeah. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Whatever happened to that dude, and he wants to go around talking about free speech. There is a thing called free speech, but there's a thing called responsible speech too. I mean, you can't walk into a building and yell fire. You can't walk into a crowded theater and yell fire and not be held responsible for doing that, even if it's a joke or a prank. And I think people are in 2026, they're not taking life too seriously. They're taking everything as content, everything as a joke, everything as a prank. And people are getting online to watch the train wrecks. That's what everybody's doing. They're all getting online to see, you know, who's going to crash out first. And I'm not paying attention to none of this shit. I'm like, you know what, man? I got way too much going on in my life to be dealing with all these train wrecks all around and focusing and hammering on these train wrecks, because that's what media wants you to see. And the powers that be are behind the scenes controlling things, making sure we're not paying attention to progress going forward and doing better for ourselves. We're just so desensitized on drama and trauma that we wake up and look for it. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, he's a dumbass, man. And the thing is that if I was to go around and want to create content for anything, I think it would be something good. I would want to go out and try to, you know, make the community better. Find some reason to make the community better, to make, you know, a benefit of something. I don't know. I don't think of myself as somebody who wakes up every day going, ooh, I know negativity sells, so what negative can I push in order to get views and everything? Because the more negative you get, the closer you get to going in prison or either getting yourself deleted off of this planet. I mean, you can only go so negative before you're at the zero-sum game. You're hitting zero right now. But these people, they are clout chasing content creators. They just want to get views. They like that drama. They know everybody's looking for a train wreck online. So they try to give you the biggest train wreck possible so you can go look at them and they can be talked about in the media. Now this dude's going to probably sit in jail for the next 50 years, rightfully so. Because if that's his intentions, is to go out in the public and arouse somebody up to get them to do something to him just so he can say, ooh, I got content. Ooh, I got a right reason to shoot him. I mean, you don't know what somebody's going through. Somebody might be having a bad day right now, a horrible day. And this dude is running around just screwing with them. Don't even know these people. He just want to mess with people. And so when you do that, you're messing with just like a ticking time bomb. And he's going around just bothering people. So if something would have happened to him, everybody would be like, oh, he got killed for his free speech. No, you got a freedom to say whatever you want. Nobody's stopping him from saying whatever he wants. But there's a consequence behind what you say. There is a consequence. And sometimes, I know a lot of times people say, you know, the Julio Fulio, he got killed for what he was saying in music and art and everything. What you say in music studios and when you write a movie, or whether you're writing a song or whether you're writing a novel, those are creative outlets, I would think. Content creation can be a creative outlet, but I think a lot of content creators aren't using it as a creative outlet. They're using it to incite stupidity to see if they can get views, because we get paid for views. That's what we get paid for, views. You get sponsors, you get views, you get stuff like that. That's why we get paid. But if you're looking to get paid off of somebody else's pain and misery, off of pushing pain and misery, something's gonna happen to you at a certain point. Something's gonna happen. Just like with this music, when you push that negative energy of rap, you keep pushing that negative energy of rap, there's idiots out there who's gonna look at that as an attack on them, and they might do something to you. They might do a drive-by on you or something like that. Is how people are. So what do is you just put out positive energy. You do things that you think might inspire somebody to be better or to do better or to think differently. And I make a lot of moves out there in life that involve money. Oh yeah, he damn near shot himself. Yeah. So I do a lot of things that make money. And I hope I inspire people to see outside of the traditional way to make money, which is go in, punch a clock, when you're done, leave. I did that most of my life. The majority of my life, I was punching the clock. I don't knock working. I don't. But I will tell you that in 2026, because of the way the internet is and the way everything else is, punching the clock is not the only way. Back in my day, punching the clock was probably the only way. You could start your own business or you could punch a clock. Now you can do a lot with punching the clock. You can do internet stuff. You can do drop shipping. You can do, remote work. There's so much you can do with the internet. It just expanded our possibilities out there. So I hope that when I'm doing my content, I'm just showing people the possibilities and potential of what you can do to, pay for the roof over your head, pay for the cars in your driveway, pay for your insurance. I hope I'm just showing you a few things. Because like I said, even if you make an extra $100 a day doing something and you do it for 20 days, that's an extra $2,000 a month that you're making that you wouldn't have had any other kind of way. And it's way better, I think, for me to do that than to go out and try to say, hey, I got 200,000 views for standing in front of a courthouse trying to get everybody to say the N-word. Okay, eventually you're gonna get shot at some point, just like CHUD the Builder. You're gonna get shot at some point. That's not a good way to go through life. So I don't know. That dude, like I said, man, I know a lot of people, they want, yeah, exactly, free speech. Not for most companies' employers, you get fired. Exactly. Because and this is the way I look at speech. You gotta look at it like, let's say, you walk into a company and you see somebody's kid at the company. Like, let's say you see your boss's kid and your boss's kid is like 7 years old or whatever. And you say something just raunchy to that little kid. You're probably going to get fired, but you can't say, well, it's free speech. Well, it's free speech, but there's a consequence behind what you just said to this kid. This is a 7-year-old kid. I mean, you might say that to a kid, somebody in a nightclub, sure. But you don't say that to a 7-year-old kid. You don't do that. I mean, you're not just going to get, told to be quiet and wrote it. You'll probably get fired on the spot for what you just said. And you can't go to a court and say, hey, you know what? They fired me for saying XYZ to this kid when I was at work one day. They're going to side with the employer. You can't say free speech. I mean, you got to be an adult at this point and understand that speech even has consequences to it. If you don't understand that at the age we're at right now, you're not going to make it that far in life. I'm just being real. You're not going to make it that far. You're going to have a lot of opportunities taken away from you, a lot of opportunities not even presented from you because you're running around with this free speech badge on, but you don't have the wherewithal to know when to say and when not to say something. That switch is not in your brain as an adult, so you're not going to be involved in a lot of adult spaces. You're going to be put right where you are. Yeah, punching faces went away. That's why we all have these people that think they can get away with nonsense. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I'm one of those people, man, like I'm old school, and I tell folks all the time, you know, we grew up in an era of fighting. If you say something, be ready to back it up. But, you know, we got people out here, and I was saying this the other day in the chat, these people are weak. Like a 10-year-old kid could shoot me. That don't make that 10-year-old kid tough. That just makes that 10-year-old kid able to have access to a gun. The 10-year-old kid is not tougher than me. So you got all these people out here, these little 100-pound skinny ass dudes running around with guns thinking they're tough because they have a gun. It's like, but you're not tough because you have a gun. I think you're scared because back in the day we would fight. This was tough back in the day. You put your dukes up, you be ready to swing. That was tough back in the day. They took away that whole meaning of being tough and they made being a chicken shit now the version of being tough. All you gotta do is go out and get a gun. Now you're not scared no more. You're not a chicken no more. You're tough now. You just went and bought a gun. Then that means a 5-year-old can be tough now. That 5-year-old is tough. Look at that gun he just bought. That 10-year-old is tough. Look at that gun. No, they're chicken shits. This is still tough to me. If you ain't doing this, you ain't tough. I don't even want to bother with you. Because people will say a lot of things that they know they can't back up, but they think, well, I got a gun so I can defend myself. Well, that's a chicken shit way to be. Because you know, just like this CHUD dude, he's running around, well, I got a gun, I can defend myself. He's a chicken shit. Because if he was straight up real, he'd go join MMA, he'd do something to where he would actually be able to squabble up. But he's not that type of guy. So people like that, we don't even mess with. We just leave them alone. Don't bother them. Let them be the class clown trying to get attention for doing dumb shit. We don't even mess with them. We just keep it moving, man. But yeah, that's been the big hot thing going on in society now. And I'm just like, man. And it's crazy because here we are in 2026 and the things that take up our headlines and our news feeds are negative shit. Like I go through my feed on YouTube and I'm trying to get my feed to switch over to a new feed. So I watch a lot of pet things. So I'm seeing a lot of pets, a lot of animal stuff like this and that. I see a lot of car builds. I see a lot of, because I'm trying to get all this negative shit off of my feed. Because in your YouTube feed, they feed you what they think you want. If they think you're a negative soul, you're a negative energy person, they're going to fill your entire feed up with negative shit that you might like because you're clicking on it. I just stopped clicking on negative shit. Nope, not watching it. I watched my man House. The only reason why I found out about the CHUD the Builder things is I saw it in some feeds. I watched my man House of Hypocrites talk about it this morning, or was it yesterday he talked about it? And that was it. Like, I don't really watch that shit because it's like, if you keep clicking on certain things, YouTube's gonna feed it to you. It's like if you go to the buffet and you only go to the pizza station, they're gonna keep bringing out more fucking pizza. They're not gonna bring out steak. They're not gonna bring out, the shrimp fried rice because you keep going to the pizza station. Because you keep clicking on it. I want pizza. I want pizza. I want pizza. So they're gonna keep just bringing out. You're gonna say, how come they ain't bringing out more steak? Because you keep coming to the pizza station. It's like they're gonna serve you what you're here for. And that's why even on my channel, I said I need to reset, man. Because even doing reviews and everybody getting demonetized and people are getting copyright strikes and people getting guideline strikes and all of this shit, because people get upset. When you tell the truth about things, people get upset. And like I said, I've been kicked off of Facebook before. I've been kicked off of live streams on TikTok before just for being honest, for telling the truth. People don't like the truth. So I just backed away. I said, you know what? I can see what's going on. The same thing that happened at Facebook and TikTok is happening to me on YouTube. The truth is a little bit much. So I just say, you know what? I'm just going to tell my truth. I'm going to enjoy my truth. Nobody wants to see it because they look at it as bragging because, okay, Jeff, he's living good. He lives good. He's got a good life for himself. I don't want to see that. I'm looking for the train wreck. I want to see people crashing out. I want to see people getting shot. I want to see this and that. They don't want to see good, which is why I tell folks, when my channel doesn't have a lot of views, that lets you know I'm on the right path. That's all I keep thinking, Jeff, you're on the right path. If you're not getting a lot of views, you're on the right path because that's clearing up my algorithm. And it's taking a lot. It's not putting my content in the feed of people who are looking at negative stuff all day. It's going to eventually start they're going to recommend my audience to be people who are looking for positive growth. They're going to recommend my audience looking for people who are building, trying to do business, living good life. I'm going to end up in a certain algorithm that CHUD the Builder's not in. Anton Daniels is not in. That all of these fucking losers are not in. I want to be in a different algorithm where the winners are. That's where I'm trying to get to. Because if you keep going to the pizza station, they're going to keep bringing you pizza. It's just how life works. They're never going to bring you steak if you keep going to the pizza station. So at some point I had to say, Jeff, stop producing this type of content because it's keeping you at the pizza station. And that's just is what it is. When I used to do rideshare content, I was in everybody's rideshare feed. I kept going to the pizza station. Now I'm in nobody's rideshare content, and I'm happy about it because rideshare is dead. That whole genre and we said years ago, get away from rideshare, get away from it. Go find a W-2, get something more stable, start building a company, build a business. We said that years ago. 2026, people are now saying, you guys got to consider getting out of rideshare. You're already 3-4 years too late. We've been saying if you're not doing private rides, at least have a side business or go get a W-2. We've been saying that. Because Uber and Lyft has been doing what YouTube is doing right now, just demonetizing people. No warning at all. This is no more pizza station. I want the steak. I'm tired of the pizza station. This damn cheese piece of shit. This is for kids. But YouTube right now, what they're doing is the same thing that Uber and Lyft would do. They would, like Uber and Lyft would, let's say you worked all week. You had $2,100 sitting on your account, ready to download your money so you can pay your bills and everything. You wake up the next day and your app says view issues. And you go view issues, you no longer have an account. What? You got $2,100 sitting there you was about to pay bills with. This happens on Uber and Lyft. They don't give you the money you earned. That $2,100 now belongs to the app because you got deactivated off the app. That $2,100 goes into the engineer's pockets now. You worked for nothing all week. YouTube is the same way. They will let you work all month long. And on the very last day, they will demonetize people. People were getting demonetized the day before the cutoff, 2 days before the cutoff. They sitting on $120,000, $18,000, $6,600. And YouTube never sent a warning shot. Never said, hey, you know what? Your content might get you demonetized. You might want to change it up. Never sent a warning shot to nobody. Nobody got a warning email. Hey, change up your content because we're seeing a lot of similarities. We're seeing a lot of policy violations. We're seeing you getting strikes. YouTube never sent a single email to nobody. You just wake up and you just lost all the money for the month you earned. 10 grand gone. And you don't earn no more. You got to have a job lined up. You got to have a business lined up because you are done earning money on YouTube. Me being the accountant I am, I see how smart this is. I'm like, Jeff, change up all your content. I went and deleted a ton of faceless shit. All the Lyft and Uber stuff that I did where I was just recording my screen and you didn't see my face, I got rid of it all because they're going back into content years ago saying, oh, this is faceless content. This is inauthentic. This is blah, blah, blah. And they're flagging people's channels. So I went back through all that old content. Removed thousands of videos, at least 1,000 videos I pulled off my channel, easily $1,000. Nobody was watching it anyways. Plus it's old content. The apps ain't even set up like that. So I'm not going to let an old video that's not even set up how the current rideshare system is set up end up flagging my channel. Nobody watches it anyways. It's old stuff. So I got rid of it. Now I have to go through review content, making a lot of stuff private, getting rid of a lot of stuff because if YouTube sees too much of a certain way, you're not going to get an email saying, hey, your content is such and such. You need to change it up. Otherwise, we're going to demonetize you. You don't get that. Just like with Uber and Lyft, you don't get that. So you could be sitting on $6,000, $7,000 like, oh, man, next month I'm going to pay my mortgage. I'm going to pay this. I'm going to pay that. YouTube keeps all that money. You don't get a dime of it. You go from $6,500 to zero with a click of a button. Bloop. No money for you. So now what do? You was relying on that $6,500. Now you got to go out, either take out a loan. You got to call up friends. Hey, man, I just got demonetized on YouTube. That $6,500 I was going to use to pay my mortgage and pay for my carpet. I don't got that money no more, man. What happened? Just woke up, channel was gone. YouTube's been doing that to people. So me, like I said, being the accountant I am, I see things coming down the pipe. I'm obliterating my content in the algorithm right now. I am tanking it as far as I can to get away from the pizza station. I need to get away from because the pizza station is what's getting everybody demonetized. And people are dropping like flies because they keep going to the pizza station. And I'm like, dude, do something different right now. Just do something that not a lot of people are watching. Do something that YouTube can't claim is inauthentic and is not you and it's AI and it's repetitious. And all you do is just, you keep your content alive, you keep your channel alive. Because there's no telling where this channel can end up going. Like I said, I'm still a very small channel, very small. I got a lot of good equipment in here. Got a lot of great ideas. I got a lot of mechanic work still going on. All my mechanic videos are doing well. People still watch those every day. I don't worry about those. But I don't want to get demonetized for the content I've been doing, the reviews and the negative shit I've been doing. And I end up losing all my money from all the repairs that I've done on this channel. I got a lot of videos that are just straight car repairs, and they're getting, 200 views a day. 300 views a day. I don't want to lose all of that. So I got to get rid of what I think is pizza station level content. I got to get rid of that shit. Because if you don't get rid of it and they see it as faceless or inauthentic, anything, it will cancel out your entire channel. Done. Yep, YouTube and Uber are both algorithms. That's it. And people got to understand that, man. They think that there's humans running this. Humans aren't running this. These are all AI. This AI driven, this algorithm is engineered, and all of these people who are trying to protest what's going on, they're talking about class action lawsuits, protests, and YouTube, everything else, just like what we did with Uber and Lyft. Protests, lawsuits is the exact same playbook. The Uber Lyft playbook, all the disgruntled drivers, they're now YouTubers using that same playbook. We're gonna protest YouTube. We're gonna sue YouTube. It's algorithms. There are no people behind there. They're suing an algorithm. And courts don't allow people to sue the algorithm. You've never seen the algorithm get sued before. So all YouTube is going to say is, well, we set it up in the algorithm. This happened. And next thing you know, sorry, a lot of channels got kicked. Not our problem. It's the algorithm did it. Oh yeah, man, I got to do it, man. Stay in these streets, man. Because that's the thing that I tell folks that, man. There we go. And I tell people that, man, you gotta play the game. You gotta be like a step ahead of the game. Just like with Uber and Lyft. We were a step ahead of Uber and Lyft by going out, getting our for hire permit. I did about 3 years ago. Now it was a little over 2 years ago. I did an entire for hire permit video on my channel. Not a lot of people watched it. I did a for hire permit where you could pay $10 to the state of Arizona and basically get a for hire permit that allows you to solicit rides. Then I had Hum already for insurance. So I was doing commercial insurance with my for hire permit. I was giving everybody to play, saying set yourself up for success. Nobody was watching that shit. They were like, nobody care about that. I'm trying to see how to make more money on Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft kept taking money from the driver, going downhill. Now it's to the point where Lyft says they're going to make sure Lyft gets 30% of the rider fare. So Lyft gets 30% of the rider fare, which means, and that's the Lyft fee, which means 15% is for insurance. So that's 45% right there. So therefore, drivers are only getting 55% of what the riders are paying. We've said that a long time ago. Drivers are not getting 70%. Drivers right now are getting 55%, 60% of what the rider is paying. We told people that a long time ago, and we tried to set people up for success, but nobody watches that shit. Nobody cares. And then it comes down to the pipe, and they're like, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Most of that content I've deleted by now. I've been ripping out chapter 1. I've ripped out chapter 2. We're all up to chapter like 18 by now. You got to start reading that chapter 18 and not even know what the hell's going on. Like, how do I get to this point? You didn't read chapter 1. Nobody read chapter 1, 2, 3. I ripped all that. I deleted all that content. That shit's gone. And it was money-making content. It was content to help people when that algorithm decided to boot you, deactivate you, demonetize you. When it chose to do that, you already had a plan in motion. If I get pulled, like I said, I've been driving all week. This week I've been running basically 4 clients all week. 4 clients. That's it. And I've been on the same tank of gas all week. And so far, one of my clients, I'm going to go in here because I can't even remember. Let me go in here. I'm going to hit history. Okay, just through the app, just through Cash App right here, just through Cash App alone, this one client since Wednesday, because Wednesday was the first time we started using Cash App. Before that, it was just cash. He was giving me cash, $40, $50 a ride, $50 a ride. And we did it about 4 or 5 times, so I made about $200 like that. And then since Wednesday, he was like, wait, you take Cash App? Yeah. So he started giving me Cash App. So far through Cash App, just the transactions alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transactions. 5 transactions have paid me $668. Oh, you can't even see that. Here, 668. Let me see if I can do this real quick. This is gonna be fun. Let's see something. If you can see that right there. I don't know if you can or can't, but I can mess with the zoom. So $668 just through Cash App, and then the other 200. So it's close to almost $900, $900 since Wednesday. Today is just Saturday. And that's just from one client. That's it, one client. And these rides are just from hotels to studios, hotels to stores, hotels to banks, just easy stuff. I was teaching people how to get themselves set up to do this. You don't got to do 30, 40, 50, 60 rides to get this money. There are clients out there, people who need you. And I'm teaching people how to get set up because the algorithm, you can't trust it. AI, you can't trust it. But you can trust yourself. And a lot of people trusted Uber and Lyft. That's all they trusted was Uber. Well, I'm going to stay on Uber. I'm going to stay on Lyft. Cool, knock yourself out. They wake up deactivated. Hey, man, how do I get started with cash rides? I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Because I've been talking to people for 4 years about it, 3 years about it. I ain't got time to talk about that shit no more. We doing it now. We don't talk about it no more. We just being about it now. Now people are watching how we living. They're watching us use the money we make to get things done that we need to get done. Do build outs at the house, make big purchases, invest money in things. They're watching everything we did for the past 3-4 years was for the moments right now. When YouTube is getting rid of people. People think, well, I'm just going to get rich off of YouTube. Wake up, man. I'm demonetized. I can't even get, what happened? I got a strike. I don't even know why I got a strike. Shit happened to me too. I woke up one day with a strike, just like I woke up one day deactivated from Lyft one day. It happened to me too. But as long as I got the car keys, I can go make the money. I got the car. I don't need the apps. You don't need AI. You don't need the algorithm. If you got a way to make money, then you need to get up and make that money. People are relying on like welfare. It's almost like digital welfare. That's what YouTube is, digital welfare. Well, if I wake up and I just start making videos, walking around my house in my drawers and shit, I'm gonna get a lot of views. If I wake up and do dumb shit, do train wreck shit, I'm gonna make a lot of money. That can only last for so long. And when it ends, what do you got left? You don't have anything. All of this content that a lot of people, 16 years, I got videos of women 16 years on YouTube crying on video. I woke up with no monetization. Women, no job, no resume. All they ever did was create content. All they ever did was create an audience. They woke up one day, just tears coming down the face on videos. Videos getting, 236,000 views. They're demonetized. They're getting paid absolutely nothing for 236,000 views. YouTube is throwing ads on that shit, getting paid for it. YouTube like, ooh, 236,000 views? Throw ads on that. How much of it you gonna give to her? None. She gets none. She's demonetized. So all of these videos where people are saying how they're demonetized, YouTube is still putting ads on those videos, getting paid. It's like working for free. It's like you going around saying that you got demonetized off of YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Clip from rideshare rider paid $171, driver got $24. Why is this all over the news? Exactly. Why isn't it all over the news? What's good, Alexandra? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Why isn't this all over the news? Man. I'm gonna see if I can expand this some. Let's see if I can open this comment up some. I don't think I can though. Nah, that's about as far as I can put it. Yeah. But this is the thing though. Wait a minute, let me see if I can actually make it go down some. I'm gonna try something real quick. Nope, I don't think I can even make it go down either. Dang it. I'm trying to expand this comment, but it won't work. Whatever. It won't work. Yep, universal basic income. That's what they going for. Everybody gonna be broke together. Everybody gonna be broke together, man. Everybody gonna be broke together. People need to go to the program and make that private ride money. Real talk. And see, and YouTube is doing just like Uber. Because what if you woke up demonetized on Uber? And this is how it is on YouTube right now. What if you woke up demonetized on Uber? Would you still accept that ping, knowing the rider was paying, but you wasn't getting paid nothing for it because you're deactivated? But they were still sending pings to your phone, and they're saying, well, you could take the next ride, but you ain't getting paid for it because you're deactivated, but this rider needs to go somewhere. So you accepted the ping and you started driving and you ended the ride and it said payout $0. Then the next ping came through. Hey, this rider needs a ride too. So you picked them up and you drive them and said payout $0. You say, why am I not getting paid? Because you're deactivated, but you're still accepting the rides. That's basically what YouTube is doing to people right now. People are still making videos. They're still making videos. YouTube is putting ads on all these videos and the advertisers are paying YouTube all this money for all of these views and the creator is getting $0. If I got deactivated on YouTube or demonetized on YouTube, I would just go over to Patreon. Everybody on Patreon would know that I'm no longer on YouTube because I would be getting paid on Patreon for it. I would go to Twitch and get paid on Twitch. I wouldn't sit on fucking YouTube doing a video saying I got demonetized, getting 250,000 views on it. YouTube is getting all the ad revenue from it and I'm getting $0. But I'm gonna create content on a platform that just said we ain't paying you shit for the content you create. No, just like with Uber. If Uber said we ain't gonna pay you for all the riders you pick up, we're not gonna pay you, but you can keep picking them up if you want to. I would just start doing private rides. I'd roll up, hey man, I would take you, but I'm not even getting paid for this ride. I don't know how much you paid for. I paid $65 for it. Tell you what, give me $50, I'll take you. All right, you got Cash App? I got Cash App. That's how I would make money. But ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let them get in my car, me drive them, Uber get all the money, and I get $0 because they say, well, you're deactivated, but you still doing rides for whatever reason. You keep doing rides, and as long as you keep doing them, we're gonna keep giving them to you. Shit, you know you're not getting paid. You the idiot doing them. Same with getting demonetized on YouTube. People are doing this shit for fame. That's it. And YouTube knows they only want to be famous. They want to be a bunch of CHUD the builders. They only want to be famous. So make them famous. Give them a ton of fucking views. Well, how much they gonna get paid? Nothing. And they still gonna keep dropping videos because they just want to be famous. Look at that. I got 200,000 views on that. How much money you get? $0. Also, somebody that got 1,000 views basically got paid more than you because at least 1,000 views pays $6. You got 234,000 and you got $0. You wasting your time. Get out in the real world and make you some money. Pay for that roof over your head. Pay for that car out in the driveway. Go make you some real money. Go get you a job. But people want fame. And all of these apps figured it out. They don't give a fuck about money. If I get 1 million views, oh, I'm famous. I got 1 million views. I'm famous. I went viral. That's all they care about. Because if somebody told me I went viral on an app that wasn't paying me, how does that help me? I mean, I was in Sports Illustrated. When I was in Sports Illustrated, all those copies that Sports Illustrated sold all over the world, I got $0 for that shit. All I got was a chance to sign the Sports Illustrated when people showed up at the track. I was like, hey, Jeff, I got a Sports Illustrated. Bro, you in it. Can you sign it for me? I signed. I didn't get paid shit for none of that. So what good did my life do? Nothing. Did people know me? Yeah, people knew me, but did that pay my bills? No. I was at the grocery store that day buying hot dogs. I was at the grocery store that day buying some motherfucking Kool-Aid. None of this shit made sense. It didn't make me no money. It didn't help my life. Just being famous does not help your life. So I'm sitting there going, man, oh, I know a brother. No problem, brother. No problem, brother. Man, and I tell folks, if you're not out there doing something every day that makes your life a little bit better, you're gonna be worse off in the end. And I think that's why all these algorithms are feeding people negative shit all the time, because they want to get you into the mindset of you're gonna be at the bottom. And when they barely give you a couple of crumbs, you're gonna be thankful for those crumbs. When they say, oh yeah, you know, you were bottoming out, you this, you that, you ain't got nothing, but you know, we're gonna give you a little bit. You're gonna, oh, that tastes so good, that tastes so good, thank you so much for those little crumbs. I don't want your damn crumbs. I'm gonna take my ass outside and make me some money. I'm gonna invest me some money and go make me some money. You don't want to sit, like I said, all these apps, this is welfare. This is digital welfare, man. It's digital welfare. All these people who were getting welfare, doing content on TikTok, on welfare, doing content on YouTube, this was a part of their welfare as well, because the apps were still giving these people $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 a month as they were getting food stamps. All of this shit's welfare. And the moment they took it away, all these people crying and shit. They all crying. Oh man, I can't believe TikTok's not gonna pay. TikTok is the only money I got. TikTok is going down now. Don't you get welfare? But welfare ain't enough. That's why I was doing TikTok. Well, why don't you go get a fucking job then? Why don't you go get a job? Because you're getting $4,000 a month off of welfare. You're getting $6,000 a month off of TikTok. You're making over $100,000 a year, and you still saying it ain't enough because you want to go buy you a track hawk? You on welfare trying to buy a track hawk just because you got a TikTok channel. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the grocery store in my track hawk and use my EBT and my track hawk. And I'm sitting there like, I'm watching this shit. I'm watching all of these channels. And now they're all getting demonetized. They're all losing their welfare because they're calling it welfare fraud. A lot of people are getting busted for that. Then they turn it around, not getting paid on TikTok because TikTok just tanked the RPM down to 1 cent per 1,000. People on YouTube ain't getting paid now. They getting demonetized left and right. This shit is all about forcing you to the bottom so they can give you crumbs and you gonna be happy with them crumbs. I ain't accepting no crumbs. I'm out in these streets. I'm making money in these streets. I'm not taking no crumbs. Nah. They can sit up there all they want to. Oh yeah, Jeff, well, if you make content the way we say, then we're gonna put you in the algorithm. Man, fuck your algorithm. It's $6 per 1,000 views is what I get. $6 per 1,000. I got a Patreon. If somebody wants to give me $6, they can just join my Patreon. One person, instead of 1,000, one person can give me $6. So I don't gotta wait for it. So 999 other people don't have to watch my fucking video. One person, Jeff, I got you, man. What's your Patreon? Here you go. Bam, $6. Cool, thanks. Now I can keep creating content and keep doing live streams and stuff like this to wake people up, to shake people. Because I'm always gonna tell the truth and I'm always gonna get kicked off of social media platforms. There's not a platform I haven't been kicked off of yet. I've been kicked off of every platform I've been on except Instagram. Instagram ain't got me yet. But I've been kicked off of Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, all three, for running my mouth, telling people the truth. Because I'm old school corporate. I'm the dude who sat in the boardrooms. And y'all see, the other day, who was I talking about the other day? I was over there telling y'all my boss, Stephen Klubeck, he just got arrested. I don't know if y'all saw that yet, but my old boss, the dude I sat in meetings with damn near every damn day, every morning, Stephen Klubeck, he just got arrested for witness tampering out in Beverly Hills. He had a 28-year-old girlfriend. This is funny because I didn't even know him and his wife wasn't married no more. That's how far out of the loop I am. I'm like, when I was reading the article and it said Stephen Klubeck and his 28-year-old girlfriend, I was like, where the fuck Stephen's wife at? I used to work with him, and when I worked for him, his wife was always in the office with us. She was always, saying this is what we need for the plane because we bought that damn airplane. So she was the one telling us, hey, Jeff, this is what we need for the plane. I'm gonna give you a whole list. We gotta order this. I'm gonna go out with my Amex. I'm buying all this shit for the plane. I need to reimburse. Oh, no problem, no problem. So his wife was the last person I remember him with. So I'm looking in the paper and it's like, yeah, Stephen Klubeck, billionaire in Beverly Hills, arrested for witness tampering. And I'm like, when the fuck did he get a goddamn girlfriend? She's 28. I'm like, Stephen, man, you have fallen from grace, bro. I know you're a billionaire and everything, but goddamn, man. Damn. I used to look at this dude like, man, one day I'm gonna be like you and Richard. His brother was Richard. Man, I'm gonna be like y'all, man. And he was like, well, I'll give you my chair. So that's how I ended up with his chair. He gave me his chair. Because when he got the new chair, he was like, Jeff, you said you wanted my chair? I said, yeah. He got engineered and everybody was like, dude, where'd you get that nice ass chair from? I'm like, Stephen Klubeck. He sent it upstairs for me. This is my chair now. He gave me a nice ass chair. Everybody had regular office chairs. I had this big ass plushed out luxury, leaning back ass. He took care of me, man. Stephen was my dude. But I looked and I'm like, they arrested you for witness tampering. You got a 28-year-old girlfriend, bro. You should have called me, Stephen. I tell you how these women operate, bro. He got so much money. He is just out of tune with society. So much money. Me, I walked away from corporate. I got back into the streets, man. I went right. As soon as I walked out of corporate, I sold everything in Vegas. I moved back to my old neighborhood in St. Louis. I got right back into the streets again. And everybody was like, man, exactly. And I'm sitting there like, boo, I could tell you how the streets roll, man. I'm back in the streets again. I was corporate. We eating every day, pink taco, PF Chang's for lunch, dinner getting brought up to us all the time, people. And I'm sitting there like, we got a $25 million Embraer Legacy sitting outside at the Signature Airport. All of us got luxury cars, big houses and shit. We was doing great, and I walked away from it all. I said, you know what? I can't raise my kids in this shit, man. I got 2 sons. They've never seen struggle. They sit in my office every day because when I have custody of them sometimes, daycare closed at 5, 6. I would drive to the daycare, pick them up in this big ass Benz, drive all the way back to the office, and they be playing solitaire on computers, playing remote control cars through the office, and I would work to about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night because that's what we did in corporate. We worked late nights. And my kids was always upstairs eating PF Chang's with us every night. Hey, Jeff, we got some food for the kids, man. They be down there eating pink taco and everything. Man, Jeff kids always eating good. I'm like, because we corporate. Steven Klubeck took care of us, man. He took care of us like that. But then I turn around and I'm reading the news and I'm like, I'm sitting here building a patio cover. I'm broke as a motherfucker, in my opinion. I got more debt than I got cash, which means I'm technically broke because I have more debt because of this house and everything than I have cash. So I'm broke. I'm upside down. I'm building my thing. Pool is crystal clear, by the way. I ran it like pool is amazing. I still haven't swam yet. I haven't had time yet. I'm broke. Steven's a billionaire. Me and him sat in offices. I sat in his office every day doing meetings every single day. And I'm like, you're going to prison. And I'm not. I'm like, Steven, this is crazy. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. All you had to do was just keep my number. I got the same number. All you had to do was text me, Jeff, man, I'm in the jam, man. I need some advice, bro. I need some advice. I met this little 28-year-old girl. I've been like, Steven, where's your wife at? Nah. We need to stay with women in our age range. 28, she don't want shit. Trust me, she's trouble. 28, she's trouble. I would have told him just like that. She's trouble right off the bat. She's trouble, man. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. You can have her like a little side chick, shit like that. Don't try to fiance her. Don't try to date her. No, just call her when you need something, man. Don't bother with that girl. Because I would have kept it 100 with them. And these guys are billionaires, living in Spanish Trails. They buying mansions all over the place. They hanging out. And I ended up going to the Senator Mark St. James. When Senator Mark St. James in Vegas first came on the scene, his very first year ever running for senator, I got an invite to his inauguration thing. And it was like $1,000 a plate. And it was like, Jeff, if you want to go, we'll send you. I was like, yeah, I'll go. It was all judges there, all the attorneys, all the executives. Everybody was there. And little old me, walking around in my suit, just shaking everybody's hands. Years later, unbeknownst to me, I would end up in family court with some of these judges. And they're like, wait a minute, don't I know you? Yup. Man, appreciate you, Jose, man. The platforms are good, very good use for marketing. Market your business, market yourself. Never push YouTube or Uber. Yep, Uber takes fees of each ride. From that, build your base of YouTube as well. Oh yeah, same, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jose, my brother. Thank you for the super chat, man. Always taking care of the barbecue, man. Real talk. Man, Mr. For Your Sister, what's good? Man, and I'm going to tell you, man, I'm sitting there looking at, like I said, when you're in Vegas and you're an executive, you're tied into politics. You're deeply in politics. I was out there with Scott Narter. If you look up Scott Narter, Narter, he's with the IAP, Independent American Party. I was at his house many nights at his house, going over his platform, going over his policies, going over everything. And I think he ended up winning the seat in Nevada. Went to Mark St. James, went to his inauguration deal, met all those guys there. Steven was cool with Eric Swalwell and all them dudes. I don't even know Eric Swalwell, never met him because I never lived in California. So he was cool with all those people that was at that level of life. And I was cool with like the regular people that was coming in. And they was like, Jeff, you got to run for politics with us, man. You got to go. Because that's what executives did. They all ran for politics. Even Steven was trying to run for politics. He was trying to run for mayor or something out in California. I don't know what he was doing. But I'm sitting there like, and he knew I was a Republican and he was a Democrat. We didn't care because we both knew the same thing. We got to keep people working. We got to keep money moving. That's what we do. We invest money. That's how we operate. He didn't even care that I was a Republican. He didn't care. I didn't care he was a Democrat. But we were like, all the things that I went to were all Republican based and all the things he went to was Democrat based. And we talk about it in the office sometimes. It was cool. But for him to get down the path that he went, and no knock to Democrats, really not, because Trump's the same way. They like these young ass girls, these 28, 30-year-old girls. They like these little women. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me being old school and me liking to work in my garage and shit. And the way I look at young women right now, they're too prissy for me. Way too prissy. I'm too dirty, man. I'm taking tires off of trucks and shit. I'm fucking doing loads. I'm going to them from Home Depot. I don't, it's just me. It's something in me. Because I see that generation as an internet generation. And all they care about is how they look. They care about whether or not they're getting a VIP table when they go out. They like to post what restaurant they went to and what kind of purse they just got. That's how I see that generation. So that shit don't even interest me. And I'm probably being very ageist by saying that 28-year-old ain't mentally there yet. I'm probably being very ageist with that. Because I'm an intellectual person and I see experience as knowledge, and I see women in the 30s and 40s and all that. That's what I see, 50s. I see that as being, that's my level, man. That's my level right there. Just the level of thought, the level of purpose, the level of problem solving, the level of ambition, all of that shit. That's my level. The young women, I can't relate. I can't relate. I'm like, well, are we going to get a table? Are we going to go get a table? Why the fuck do I want to go pay $1,000 for a bottle, $5,000 for a table, when I can use all that shit to finish my backyard? I'm like, I can even do the side yard, and so I can have the cars on the side covered for that kind of money. That's $6,000. I could do the side. I could pull up, park my shit there. I can have the whole patio done. Man, please, come on now, $6,000? 6 G's? Just put it on your credit card, man. Fuck that. If I do anything on my credit card, it'll be to fix this damn house. But that's how I see life. So I don't really relate to the young ones, man. I don't relate to the young ones. Because I don't think they understand what it means to build something. They want to have shit. They just want to have something. I want to have a purse. I want to have a purse. Go, hey, look at this purse. This purse is worth $4,000. You see this purse? This purse is worth $4,000. And I'm like, okay, can you put wood in that purse? Because I got to go to Home Depot and bring some wood back. No, you can't. Can you do anything with my dogs with that purse? They'll probably chew that shit up. It'll be a good dog toy. If you leave it on the floor long enough, one of these dogs gonna chew that shit up. There's nothing you could do with that purse that I need done. So it's nothing I can fuck with. I don't care about your purse being $4,000. It irritates me that your purse is worth $4,000. And all the wood that I need is probably worth $4,000. So I'm like, that purse pisses me off more than it makes me happy. So get that shit out of my face. I don't want to see that purse. I'll be mad as shit that you come into my house with a $4,000 purse knowing I could use that $4,000 to fix this fucking house around here. Like, no. I can't do that, man. I can't. I'd be mad. Shit. I know it for real, Nina Boo. I'm telling you. Yes, I feel you, Jeff. Even as young as 27-year-old, these new chicks are all great. Man. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Because I see, and even if it wasn't my house, I'd want her to use that money to get her maybe a condo. We could redo the countertops and she could turn around, sell that shit for a profit. Maybe go out and buy a townhouse. Maybe go buy a fixer-upper with all this money. Put some money down. Do something like that shit. And I'm sitting there like, why would you spend that money on a fucking purse? My dogs would chew that shit up. And how much would you get for that purse with it being chewed up? $50. That's it. $50. But you can go get something that can turn around and make you money. If that purse can't make you money, that's an expense. It's not an investment. I could see if you said, I'm going to get this purse and I'm going to put it on videos with me, and all the videos I get going to get 1 million views each. So that's going to be my little prop. This is my prop purse, and it's going to get me 1 million views per video. Cool, okay. Then when you get the money back, all right, it's an investment, fine. But it's not. They look at this shit as just like they're finessing in this clout. And I'm like, it's a waste of my time. So I couldn't, man, I couldn't get a woman who would see my income and see my money as like that 28-year-old girl that Steven was with. I couldn't see that happening to me. Oh yeah, we VIP, we got purses, we got shoes, we got clothes, I'm like, but there's shit that I need, man. There's shit that I need. I ain't got time for that. I don't. And there's women like that. Like I said, I met a guy who actually does ride share. And I know he don't listen to my podcast, so I ain't even worried about his ass. But he dates younger women, and this is what he does. He loves taking them out. He loves, rolling up to them, this is what he does. And I'm like, dude, if that's your life, that's it. And I understand not a lot of people have aspirations to do much. But I don't know if he owns a house or if he, rents an apartment. I don't know. He don't got the baddest car, nothing like that. But that's what he likes to do with his time. He's probably, a late bloomer. He probably didn't do all of that shit in college. He didn't do it, after college. So now he's living his second childhood, ripping and running with these fucking girls he's meeting. And he's wasting potential investment money. That's the way I see it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they just want to give me drama and talk shit behind you. Yeah, man. And I'm just one of those guys, man. The way I see life is my time is even an investment. If I spend time with you, if I say, you know what, I want you to be my woman, I'm going to spend time with you. That's an investment because I'm not wasting my time with somebody I don't see even being with. So why would I even fuck with half these girls? I don't see myself being with you. Why would I waste my time? Well, we could just hang out. For what? Like, what are we hanging out for? I don't know, just a pastime. Motherfucker, I could be working on my motorcycle right now other than hanging out with your ass feeding you nachos all damn day. Why do I want to feed you nachos all day? I'm going to go weld my motorcycle because I'm going to end up taking that shit on a ride pretty soon. And I'm going to need to get that shit done. Well, we could just hang out. I'm going to go work on my car. I'm trying to get some new wheels for my car. I need some spacers on the back. I'm going to go do that. You going to hang out with somebody who wants to hang out. Because I don't waste my time with people. If I know that shit ain't going nowhere, I don't waste my time. It's like I ain't worried about it. Ain't worried about it. Exactly. It's like, man, enjoy your peace in your life, man. Something about leaving Detroit back to Arizona. I hate winter. Yeah, winters are brutal, man. Winters are brutal. And for me, winter and nighttime is the time that I get a lot of outdoor. Summertime, I don't mess around. It'd be hot as hell out here. So I try to do everything at night and, you know, during the winter. That's it. Yeah, man, I can't, man. These women, they be trying to run me ragged, bro. I think differently, man. And I tell folks, I've made it too far in life to fuck this up. I have a really comfortable, set life, man. I'm okay. I woke up this morning, made breakfast. I gave 8, because people don't know, my husky is old. She's about 9 or 10 years old. I'm leaning towards 10. She's about, because I got her when she was about 2. She was probably 3 when I got her. So she's probably about 10. But she has like little hip issues every once in a while. So she's like my little kid. So what I got to do in the morning is she sleeps, she rests. I'll get up in the morning. I'll lift her up, help her get off the floor, because sometimes she can't get off the floor. I'll lift her up off the floor so she's standing up. I'll walk with her for a few steps to make sure her bearing, because if you just let her go, she'll walk a few steps and she'll like collapse again and be sitting there looking at me like, I'm not ready yet. Come on, lift. So I got to lift her back up again, and we walk. And once she's made about 5-10 steps and her joints are moving, now I can let her go outside on her own. But even when she goes outside, I got to stand at the window. I got to watch her, because sometimes she'll squat to pee. And she'll just sit there like, my legs aren't working. I got to get back up. So I got to walk outside, lift her back up. She'll do her laps around the pool, walk around the yard. She'll walk for like 5-10 minutes, just walking around, just loosen herself up. And now she's good for the day. But just from a straight sleep, she can't get up and function like that. So my day is spent dealing with my dogs. I can't wake up and deal with other people because I got to deal with my dog first. The other dogs are fine. They do whatever the fuck they want to do. That April, she's my everyday project. So I got to give her baths, because sometimes if she's sleeping and she can't get up in the middle of the night, she might pee on herself. So I'm like, okay, we'll wake up. I'll walk her outside. I'll hose her down, because I keep all my hoses running. My hoses always stay on. My hoses are never turned off, but they're just capped. So I spray her down. I clean her. So I wash all the pee off of her. Shampoo. I got 1,000,000 bottles of shampoo. I'll shampoo her up real nice and good. Watch, so she's always fluffy all the time. And that probably is why her damn hair grows so much, because I'm always giving her baths all the time. Yeah, those 3 have vet milk. Yeah, shots and everything else like that. Shots, food, treats, all that shit, time. So my dogs are a part of my day. And so, you know, and it's just like women who have children or anything else, or men who have children or anything else. You got to spend time with your children. I got to spend time with my dogs. They don't just live here. They're part of my family. So I got to wake up in the morning. I got to get them ready for their day. I get ready for my day. I walk through the house, make sure ain't nobody tore some shit up. Like the little dog, he's only been here for a couple of years. He's still learning the ropes. Nobody drugged nothing outside. Like I don't find one of my shirts in the backyard somewhere. So I kind of, you know, that's the start of my day. We make breakfast. We eat breakfast together. We hang out. I take a shower. If April's got to take a shower, I give her a shower. Sometimes she wakes up, she's completely dry, so she didn't pee in her sleep. So I'm like, cool, she's good. She's dry. She can function a day without a shower. But if I wake up and she peed, I got to give her a shower. She starts her day, because you can't let a dog be smelling like pee. So you shower her up, and then I get my day started. So, that's just me being real, man. I don't really have time for a woman who want to hang out and do shit all the time. I run a household. And then I run my business. And then I got to do, you know, content. And YouTube, like I said, it don't pay shit. And I appreciate the support that you guys give all the time. I really appreciate that. All the super chats, all the super things, the cash apps that come through, because people, they cash at me all the time. And I'll put that on the screen, because a lot of people say, well, what's your cash app? I'd rather send you cash app. Here's my cash app, my Venmo right there. Wait a minute. There's my Cash App and Venmo right there, because people do that. They really do send me Cash Apps. And so a lot of times, let me move that over. So a lot of times that's the money I use to get, you know, hip and joint food, hip and joint medication, because she gets hip and joint medication. So I buy that with the money I make driving and with tip money and stuff like that. That's just what I do. It's my real life. Like, I don't go popping bottles and throwing shit up. That's not what I do. I got dogs I take care of. I got a house I take care of. I built the big patio cover, so even when she's laying outside in the patio, she's in the shade. And I got the big tarp going around, so when she wants to lay in the shade, my dogs can go outside, lay in the shade. That's what they can do. That's my real life. I don't do the glamorous shit. You don't see me sitting courtside at games with some baddies and all these fucking female. I'm a real dude. I'm real. I'm not actual like some YouTuber. Even I think if, you know, my YouTube channel took off exponentially and all this shit, I still got dogs. Ain't like I could just she ain't gonna be healed immediately. I still gotta wake up. I gotta get her ready for her day, no matter what. And when YouTube, like I said, when I don't get views on YouTube, when my channel is down, I don't gotta respond to a lot of comments and shit like that. Good. My TikTok goes super crazy, so I don't really do that too much. I'll drop something on TikTok and I'll just not even open the app back up for a couple of hours because it just goes nuts, and I don't have time to do that and take care of everything I gotta take care of. So, man, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I got this camera running here, and I got this camera running here. So pretty soon I'm gonna make this camera, I'm gonna sit it way over here somewhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move these cameras around. So since Jeff needs a partner who matches his hustle, and get it. Oh, I'm telling you. But see, that's the thing though. I'm 52, and it's not a lot of women in my age range that can move as fast as I move. And people say, well, just get a younger women. Then you mess with the mentality now. Now the mentality ain't there. It's let's make money and go out and buy $4,000 purses. It's that shit. Because I know a couple of women. Like I said, one of my clients gave me a $600 pair of Balenciaga glasses because she left it in my truck. She said, oh, you can have them. $600. I think Nia got them. Nia up in New York. I shipped them to her one day because Nia's been supportive of the channel like crazy. So I was like, you know what? I was going to do a contest for these Balenciagas, but because Nia supported my channel so much and she's done so much for the channel, I just shipped them to her. I said, hey, here's a pair of $600 Balenciaga. Here you go. You can have them. Because it's no use in me even selling it. That's not what I'm into. It's like, I'd rather just give them to somebody who's been on my channel, you know, doing their thing on I'd just rather just do it. I just how I am. Oh yeah, it's hard to find an equal. Hard to find an equal, man. Oh yeah, my dogs are my kids. They're my kids. I love it. Like I said, and each one of them, I got each one of them at different times. I got the pit bull. I got him in 2018. Well, late 17, early 18, and he was like 8 weeks old. Had him forever. Then I got the husky and the border collie at the exact same time, in like 2019 maybe, or 2020. And then I got the little dog. I just found him like 2 years ago. So everybody kind of gets along and everything. So it's like they all get along, and it's not that I could find other homes for them, because each one of these dogs is like would probably end up in a dog pound. My big pit is not like a big pit. He's a pit mixed with a mastiff, so he's really lazy. So if somebody wanted a pit to be tough, he's not the one. He's a big